doing here? Go and take cover in the keep!
Where's your weapon? To the battlements! Move!
Father! Will you come to anoint us before we die?
We'll get anointed after the battles are hands. With booze. Get ready!
Prepare to shoot! Positions!
Take cover!
A rude awakening, eh? Make it count.
Lord the gates! Godwin! Over here! Get up there quick! We have to repel them! Shoot him! Godwin! I'll knock it down! Got him! Now you're finished! Got him!
Move downstairs! We can handle it here!
Godwin! Get over here with that cross and find the way!
What the fuck are they waiting for? Pour fire onto them!
Fill them with arrows! Die! Die, you brother boy! Get ready for another attack! This won't stop us! That's it!
Let's hope this slows them down.
Godwin! Draw your sword and follow me!
Let's hope this slows them down.
That won't work on me. You've got him. I'll kill you, you cunt! You can't run away from me.
Don't poke at it. Just calm down.
Oh, Dentes Fortuna, fucking you, vat. Jesus. You're only supposed to deliver a message to Trotsky. The most adventure I was expecting was a fuck or two.
Fortuna, you vat!
What's that you keep yelling, Sir Hans?
Good gracious, Henry, you don't mean to tell me you don't know Latin?
My apologies, Your Grace. Unfortunately, I was too busy shoveling shit and picking turnips to find time for studying Latin.
We shall have to rectify that. I can't have an ignoramus for a personal bodyguard.
Anyway, this Audens, whatever. What does that actually mean?
Audentes Fortuna Juvat. Fortune favours the brave.
I don't doubt it. All we have to do is deliver a letter to Lord Otto von Bergov and ride back again. Doesn't take much bravery.
Christ, Henry, don't be such a stick in the mud. Aren't you glad to be finally out of that hellhole where we can finally enjoy some adventure? See a bit of the world, meet new women, and simply have some fun.
Sure, but you promised Johannes that you'd be as good as gold, and I'm personally responsible for your safety. Besides, Trotsky's in the middle of nowhere, so I wouldn't expect much excitement there.
God help me, my bodyguard's a monk who can't speak Latin.
Sir, Trotsky.
My word. That is fucking impressive. It makes Perkstein look like an outhouse. Berghoff must be made of money. Well, Henry, looking forward to new adventures? Adventures that will become the stuff of legends?
In the first place, Sir Hans, we've got a task ahead of us. An important one. And a great responsibility. You don't meet such a mighty noble as von Berghoff every day. So, first duty, then fun.
Quiet, monk. You'll just spoil the rest of our trip. It's all clear to me. We deliver the message, get the politics over with, and enjoy a bit of adventure together. But why didn't Uncle Hanush take care of it himself? Unless, maybe he's just testing me.
Aye, it does look like that. He'll hand over all the Ratai estates to you one day. So I expect he wants to be sure you won't botch it.
Of course. How could I possibly botch it up? There are foreign armies rampaging through Bohemia. The king is in captivity, God knows where. And here we are in the middle of it all, carrying an important document. No, I intend to make the most of this trip, one way or another.
So do I. How is that? Fortuna...
Audentes fortuna juvat! See now, there's the Henry I know and love. Well, enough of the chat. Trotsky's almost within reach.
Sir Hans, how's it looking there in the back?
All good, Oates. Just keep your eyes on the road ahead.
Exactly. If anything in front of us even looks like it's moving, we want to know.
Keep your hair on, Dick. Old Oak's got eyes like a hawk. I don't miss nothing.
Sir.
Should we get ready for a fight?
Take it easy, Henry. They're wearing von Berghoff's colours. They're from Trotsky.
Surround them! Don't let them get away!
Besides, we won't stand a chance against them. Don't do anything foolish, fellas. Just follow my orders.
What are you after here?
Is this usually how you greet visitors, my good man?
This is how we greet armed strangers when bandits are pillaging everywhere.
Can you not distinguish between a noble and a bandit, sir?
It's not always that straightforward these days. Who are you people?
Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein. I bear a letter for Sir Otto von Berghoff from my master, Sir Hanush of Lipa.
This is indeed the seal of the Lords of Lipa. And unless I am mistaken, Lord Hanush of Lipa is on the side of King Wenceslas.
Well,
While my master is a member of the League of Lords, who side with King Sigismund.
well,
So it would appear we are enemies.
We're not enemies. We're carrying a message with the aim of putting a stop to the hostilities.
And who are you?
Henry. From Skalitz. I'm Lord Capon's advisor and scribe, and now an envoy as well.
From Skalitz, you say? The one that King Sigismund's Cuman forces plundered?
And slaughtered everyone. Even so, I'm not going to Trotsky as an enemy, but as a peace envoy.
Even so, you're still strangers here, and armed strangers to boot. And as it happens, we're on the trail of just such a band, so why should I trust you?
We want to resolve conflicts, not to stir up more. Once more, I assure you we have no evil intentions. You can escort us to Trotsky, and everything will be explained there. That we can guarantee.
Very well.
Sorry about the cold reception. You must be cautious. These bandits create mayhem, then vanish like ghosts. We'll be on our way.
Oh, so you won't accompany us to the castle to see your lord?
Sorry, sir, we can't. Listen, you won't make it to the castle before nightfall. Sir Otto's orders are to not admit anyone after dark, especially while we're away. You'd best camp until daybreak.
I'll take your point. I mean, back home, the last time someone let a nobleman in trouble into their castle, we had to bombard it to get him out. Is there an inn in these parts, at least?
There is one, but it's a bit of a way out, and I'm not sure your lordship would like it very much.
God! What kind of a backwater have they sent us to? I just suppose we'll just have to manage somehow. Good luck in hunting down those bandits.
Thomas, captain at Trotsky. Thank you. And sorry again. Farewell.
Farewell.
Well, this is a bit of a hold-up. What now?
Since there's no tavern within reach, we'll just bed down here for the night. The pond looks inviting, and we've got wine enough.
And what about those bandits?
Well, they're probably keeping their heads down, what with that big patrol combing the woods for them. Come on, fellas. We'll camp here on the bank. At least we can bathe. I stink almost as bad as the rest of you, and you lot are rank!
Bother any much. Henry! Whistle at that mutt of yours to stop barking!
Mutt! What's all the fuss about, Mutt? Are you that hungry? All right, I'll see what I can get for you.
Well, hoorah! Peace at last. That barking was a pain in the ass.
Come here, boy. Here you go. Take it. Track.
Come on, Conrad.
What?
Let's throw a few dice.
For the love of God. How many times do I have to tell you? I ain't playing with you.
Why not?
Because you cheat.
I do not.
Oh? And how come you always win then, eh?
That's an easy one. I always win, 'cause you always lose.
Ha ha. Very droll.
Seriously though, Conrad, my old mate. Roll a few, eh?
No.
Hey, Conrad, one little game, eh?
Leave me alone. I know you only too well. It's all one little game, and then you go and take my last groschen. Henry, better not keep Sir Hans waiting. It'll be dark soon.
How do you think things will end up tomorrow?
How? No ways, I reckon. Whenever someone parleys with someone about something, it takes ages.
Why do you think that?
See me and Conrad now? We can't even agree who's going to be on watch this evening. But then, I'm just a spear carrier. I ain't got the head for no noble manners. Ask Oates. He'll know more about it for sure.
Have you ever been in these parts before?
No, but I know there's a village called Troskovitz at the foot of the castle, and there's a tavern there. Me and Conrad will go there and fatten our purses nicely on the locals. I got the dice ready for it. If Sir Hans gives us a bit of free time, like, I must remind him.
Where did you get the table from?
From that cave behind me. It was just lying there. So I says to myself, that's better than playing on the ground.
I see you've got dice set up. Want a game?
Sure thing, Henry. How's about a little wager to spice it up?
What do you want to wager?
Look, if you lose, how about you pay for everything I order in the tavern in Trotsky?
And if I win?
Well, I've got this silver ring here I won from Oates yesterday. I'll wager that.
Sounds fair to me. All right, it's a deal.
We'll see whose side luck is on today. Here. Damn it! Kurva! Damn your eyes. You played well. What's to be done? A bet is a bet. Here's your ring. This is boring. Why don't we carry on to the foothill of Trotsky? They must have a tavern there.
Do you know why we're going to Trotsky?
For some big political parley.
Yeah, of course. I'm just wondering if you know what's in that message we're carrying.
Not really, but I reckon our lords want to sound out von Burgo. Bear in mind the times we're living in. King Wenceslas under lock and key in Vienna, and his brother Sigismund, meanwhile, shamelessly plundering Bohemia. We need to know who's going to stand on our side if things get even worse. And the royal chamberlain, von Burgo, has the land reserves under his thumb. So he's a big player.
We might even discuss how to make peace with Sigismund.
Peace? I don't know. Sigismund is winning and he won't want to parley for peace. But I hope there's some chance of a truce at least, an armistice. The main thing is that it don't get no worse. Hacking up Cumans is one thing, but if it comes to Czechs fighting against Czechs, that'd be nasty.
To tell the truth, I'm starting to get a bit anxious about what to expect tomorrow. Do you think our big mission will be successful?
Nothing to worry about. We'll get to Trotsky, Sir Hans and von Burgo will parley, and then we'll ride back. Done.
You're a bit sure of yourself, eh?
Well, this ain't my first time delivering a message. Everything will go according to plan. Don't you worry.
Do you know these parts?
A little. It's all rocks and woods. Lovely to look at, but shit for hunting in. If you don't watch your step, you could easily fall down some fissure.
So you've been in Trotsky before?
Not Trotsky itself. Once I just passed through here with Sir Hanush's escort.
Ah, I expect that's why he sent you with us.
No doubt, but also because I'm not as rash as you youngsters. And besides, as the cook, I make sure you lot don't gobble up all the supplies at once.
Hey, Oaks. I want a ring off Tankard at Dice. I believe it's yours.
Really? Christ, it is mine. I lost it yesterday. Will you give it to me? If I go home without it, the old woman will break her broom over my back.
What will you give me for it?
Well, all I've got here is some grub. Want a sausage? It's venison.
All right. And enough games. You won't easily find another mug who'll exchange a ring for a sausage.
Yeah. True enough.
Here, Mutt.
Henry, come here. Henry. Oh, that was a tight thing with the captain, eh?
I got the feeling you'd lost your tongue.
Just for a moment. But true enough. That bastard surprised me a bit.
Well, that's what I'm here for. To deal with that kind of stuff.
And I must say, that was pretty good for your first action as leader of my bodyguard. Let's see if you keep it up. But we managed the situation all right in the end. He even apologised to us. If Hanush had seen it. Maybe he'd finally stop treating me like a child, eh?
Well, I don't know. When I look at you, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Kiss my arse. And by the way, since you're here, how about stretching our limbs a bit? After that long journey. With a bit of swordplay.
You're in the mood for that after riding so long?
Certainly. So then, eh? Eh?
All right then. Just a bit of swordplay for the hell of it? Or shall we have a wager?
Let's save the wagers for later.
Oh, you afraid?
Keep the biting remarks to yourself. I see you're still in armour, so we can get to it right away. Here's a practice sword for you. Have that ready too.
tankard.
Yeah.
So, shall we start?
Ready? Let's start. Draw your sword.
Hang on. This time, I'll take the lead.
I just can't wait.
Let's get warmed up. I'll attack you a few times. You defend.
Go ahead. Impress me.
Move.
Is that the best you've got? I didn't even work up a sweat.
Oh, you will soon enough. A foe in plate armor has to be worn down.
Let's see it then. Attack properly now. A longer sequence.
Ah.
You want to wear me down like that?
Ah.
Enough!
Now you're warmed up, eh?
Yeah. But you're pretty winded yourself. While you're attacking, you still have to take care you have strength left to defend.
Save the advice and try it yourself.
Gladly. On guard. Good. Good. Nice. That's the way.
That's enough. No one's ever won a duel just by blocking. You've got to make an opening to strike back. And you do that by means of a perfect block.
Perfect block, eh? You've become a real swordsman.
Start your attack then.
Nice, Henry. Pretty good. Nice. But what about a riposte? Reckon you can manage that?
Why wouldn't I? Nothing to it. I just follow up a perfect block immediately with a strike. I'll show you.
Get ready. Strike back after the block. Good, Henry. Too fast for you, am I? Block it! Well, you're not as good as Captain Bernard, but that wasn't bad.
Be sure to remember, if someone gives you a riposte, you can still fend it off with a perfect block. And it's best to follow up right away with your own riposte.
Yeah, right. But what if I want to attack in such a way that you can't make a perfect block?
Then it's best to attack at a spot where your opponent isn't covered. Where he's not holding his weapon. You defend, and I'll show you how.
All right. Come on then. No. That way I can block you easily. Nice. Nice work, Henry. All right. I get it. For Christ's sake. Enough demonstrations and explanations.
Let's have one training duel to finish up, eh?
Indeed. And let's have a wager to spice things up. How about 100 groschen?
All right. 100 groschen it is.
Defend yourself! Off to a good start.
Ow! That must hurt. Don't you think you should yield?
Fucker!
Nice technique. Did you see that?
On the head.
Nearly done him. Don't hold back.
Nice technique. Did you see that?
You won, but I held my own. I yield! Enough! Oh, for fuck's sake, you're unstoppable! Oh, you won the bet, fair and square. I'll settle with you when we get to Trotsky. Now let's go and eat. That swordplay gave me quite an appetite.
So who won, gentlemen?
Oh, it seems this isn't my day. I knew I shouldn't have bet with you. You've improved since that last time in Ratai.
I won back then too, as I recall. You had to give me your bow.
You were unbelievably lucky, beating me after just one day of training. True, I wasn't in my best form that day. We had a drink or two beforehand.
Oats? What's this food supposed to be?
What's left of our supplies. Tomorrow we'll be at the castle, and we'll get some decent grub.
If you told us earlier, I could have shot a hare. And you could have cooked it like they did in the tavern the day before yesterday.
That tavern where you drank away all your coin?
Ha! You've got to have some fun.
And then you tried it on with the innkeeper's daughter when you were shit-faced.
She was pretty. A real peach. Admit it.
Only a fella was there.
And if he hadn't started acting like a twat, he could have carried on with us until dawn.
He'd have to get his brain out of his crotch for that.
But I still can't figure out how you didn't have a sick head after. Mine was ringing like a church bell all day.
It seems I'll have to give you some lessons in the art of drinking.
Ha! I've got nothing to regret. The whole world turns around wenches. Ain't that right, Henry?
Hmm?
You never gave us the goods on that lass of yours. What was her name now?
Teresa. She lived with that crook Peshek at the mill.
And she saved my life.
A brave girl.
Aye. She's a fine lass. And? Is she any good? Like, is she any good? Get me?
She's my sweetheart. And that's all I'll tell you.
Ah, don't be such a monk. Out with it.
Listen up. I'll tell you what that girl can do. The wildest she-cat I know. So when she's stripped off...
Enough, enough! You want to be a chivalrous knight, and you talk like that about a damsel? For shame! You know, this travelling isn't too bad.
Apart from the mosquitoes.
Aye. Apart from them.
Where were you yesterday evening, Henry? You were late for supper. That's not what I call watching over our Lord.
Hey, don't make trouble.
I needed a bit of peace and quiet. I had a stroll around, checking out what plants grow here, praying for the success of our mission. Then I came back.
At last someone with some sense who's not in a hurry all the time.
If I always had to think everything over, but...
I wouldn't have rolled in the hay with so many girls if I spent my time just thinking about it.
Thanks for the prayer, anyway.
And what about, time, sir? I mean, will we be getting any time off, sir?
It depends. Once von Berghoff hears us out, we should set off back home immediately.
What? Straight back on the road?
Well, we could stay a day or two, perhaps.
Does anyone know anything more about von Berghoff?
Only what Sir Hans told us, that von Berghoff is a big cheese in the royal court. That's why we're going to negotiate an alliance with him.
You summed that up nicely. But yes, that's how it is. He's the Royal Chamberlain. You fellas will never meet a more important noble than him.
I heard he insists on having the finest swords, and that he's got a big collection of all kinds of swords and daggers.
Collecting them ain't the same as knowing how to use them.
And is he any good at sword fighting? It ain't nothing easy to learn.
The sword is the weapon of a master. Balanced, fast, and suitable for all situations. Of course, you have to train with it and try to improve your technique, but the result is worth it.
Aye, I get it. It was just a training fight. Pardon me.
Oh, swords, swords, swords. No doubt you're going to tell us again how the perfidious Istvan Toth stole your sword. And I thought you'd come round to thinking about other things.
And that sword is the only reminder I had of Pa. We forged it together, just before he was slain. But that's another matter. I suppose you've heard enough of that, eh?
Well, you know.
Ah, it's all right.
Well, I wouldn't want to be in Istvan's shoes if you ever come face to face with him again.
What? So Radzig ain't dead, though?
Enough, enough. Otherwise we'll be here for hours again hearing how Martin the Smith raised him even though Radzig is his real father. It's complicated, and let's leave it at that. No offense.
Who'll help me tomorrow with getting supplies for the journey back?
We rolled dice for it, and I won, so Conrad goes.
What are you on about?
Enough. Oath, you're no fun at all. There'll be a feast at the castle tomorrow, so forget about supplies.
Anyone for another helping? There's plenty left. Maybe even a bit for morning. Hmm?
No thanks. I must wash myself down a bit.
My words exactly. We can't turn up at Trotsky tomorrow in this state.
Let's go and strip, Henry. Fellas, come and help us get out of this armor.
Are you really going to bathe here, Sir Hans? It don't look none too safe a spot to me.
Oh, don't be such an old woman, Oates. Bring some wine to warm our blood.
You know, we're not on a trip to the baths here, Sir Hans.
Henry's right, sir. Duty first, fun later.
God's wounds. I haven't been away from Rattay in ages. So, here, I intend to live a little. Blasted iron shirt. Oh, what a relief! I feel like I've just shed 40 pounds. Oh.
Ah, Christ. Will I ever live to see his young lordship finally grow up? He's got a good heart, but he doesn't have the sense that he was born with.
Well, responsibility will catch up with him soon enough, though.
There's more chance of me becoming a monk.
That's a view fit for a king.
Whew. You were right about our stench.
Let's hope this water isn't too cold. You wouldn't want your pride and joy shrinking.
I'm more worried about it being too deep.
Come on. Oh, that really shrivels the old ball sack.
What's the matter?
Females! Let's go to them.
Sir Hans.
Oh, shut up and let's go. But quietly. We don't want them to spot us.
Hans. Oh.
Head down, Henry. We've got to sneak closer. Follow me. Carefully. No sudden moves. Don't give us away. Hear that singing? They must be close. Hear that? Do you think they might be bathing? Come on, let's get closer. Shit! One of them's doing laundry. We have to get closer to the others. Only she's blocking our way, right in our path. Damn it! Throw a stone in the water near her to lure her away. Once she notices it, we'll hurry along the other side.
Hey? All right. What was that? What is this racket here?
Go even closer, but carefully.
Na poli na chvilku rozhalila košilku, vidět byl jen kousek, báby křižujou se, aleluja Domine, aleluja Domine. Pána je u muziky, směje se na kasníky, klienty ją jedí, Pána sama sedí,
do something. Stay down, for fuck's sake. We don't stand a chance. We'll wait till they're gone, and then head back to camp. Maybe some of our men got away.
Hey! What the fuck are you doing? Hey! Hands off her, you brute! What the hell's going on here? Let her go, you pigs!
That bastard's with them! Fucking hell! You couldn't just leave it be, could you? Come on! Run!
Catch them! Enough, I said!
What the fuck? She's mine!
What are you gaping at? Shoot! Well, don't just stand there, you idiots! After them! Along the bank!
Christ! When did you learn to swim?
Just now! Fucking armor! Come on! We'll cut them off on the other side! Oh, these horses, quick!
Oh, Mott. What the fuck was that, Henry? You rescuing a damsel in distress?
I'm done with running.
Oh, really? And what exactly do you call... Oh, shit. Oh, you've been hit.
What?
Oh, shit.
Well, we can't leave it like this.
No, wait! Ah!
Fuck! We've got to flee. Can you walk?
Yeah, I'll manage. I'd lead the way.
You pull yourself together. We've got to vanish. We'll get out of the woods and find someone. Then we'll get that shoulder of yours fixed up. So, how far is it to Trotsky? There's someone in front of us! Down!
They mustn't get away. Got that? Call out as soon as you see them. And then kill them. No fucking around. You, watch the middle of the gorge.
We
and
can't
keep
go
your
this
eyes
way.
peeled,
Go
right?
around.
You two, go up there.
Use your
Get
head.
a move on!
Be careful. Stick
You watch
behind
this
me.
side of the rock. And you, go to the pond. They didn't succeed in swimming to the other side of the pond. I want to know. Then come back and give me a full report. Footprints, foot trail.
He'll see us.
everything.
We'll have to wait.
You want
Get to work.
swim all the fucking way across? Shut up, or the chief will hear you.
It's still easier here than that skirmish on the other side.
Smuggling about in pitch black. When all your torch does is blind you.
Leave it out. Catch you and make it man in the fort. Better than getting killed in the skirmish.
Maybe. But I still can't see a bloody thing.
You'll fuck.
We've got to get to that tree trunk up ahead, quietly. There's more of them up top. Fuck!
I played dice against Lefty yesterday.
Shouldn't you be
keeping watch instead?
Stick behind
you
me.
reckon we'll find them, do you? If they tried to swim across the pond, then we'd found half dead somewhere on the bank.
Run! Quick!
Why are we moving down instead of being high up? Because you can't see shit from up there.
No. Fuck, they're in front of us.
Take it,
Quick,
bastard.
into the rocks.
Kurva! They're fleeing into the rock! Hurry! Run around! We'll catch them at the top!
What the...
Hey?
They're here!
Hans!
Run ahead
There's
of
more
them.
of them up top.
Where now, for fuck's sake?
I should get back to Hans. He didn't follow me.
Where are they? I don't know. They must have come this way. Damn it. If only that bloody idiot Nails hadn't broken his leg climbing down the cliff. He was trying to catch up with them. Aye. But he shouldn't have jumped down in the dark. You keep watch here, and I'll go and push through. Give me a shout if you see them. Aye. When the others get here, we'll move in from both sides. And send someone after me, too. Got it. Now you're gonna die!
Hans! Hey,
On the
Hans!
attack!
Where is he? Oh, this looks like a way out. Hans!
Yeah. Oh, God, we found each other. I didn't manage to warn you when those soldiers popped up in front of me. I only just avoided being seen, and I only found my way out of those bloody rocks a while ago. We'll get out of the woods and find someone. Then we'll get that shoulder of yours fixed up. So, how far is it to Trotsky?
Use your head. Be careful. Stick behind me.
There's someone in front of us. Down!
They mustn't get away. Got that? Call out as soon as you see them. And then kill them. No fucking around. You, watch the middle of the gorge. And keep your eyes peeled, right? You two, go up there.
Use your head. Be
Get a
careful.
move on.
Stick behind me.
You watch this side of the rock. And you, go to the pond. They didn't succeed in swimming to the other side of the pond. I want to know. Then come back and give me a full report.
Sacra! He'll see us. We'll have to
Foot
wait.
trail, Everything.
Think they could swim all the fucking way
Get to
across.
work.
Shut up, or the chief will hear you.
It's still easier here than that skirmish on the other side.
Stumbling about in the pitch black, when all your talk doesn't blind you.
Leave it out. Catching the naked man at the fort. Getting killed in this skirmish is nothing.
But I still can't see blood. We've got to get to that tree trunk up ahead, quietly. There's more of them up top. Fuck!
I played dice against Lefty yesterday.
Shouldn't you be keeping watch instead?
Stick
You reckon
behind
we'll
me.
find them, do you? If they try to swim across the pond, they'll be found half dead somewhere on the back, not here.
Run! Quick!
Why are we moving down instead of being high up? Because you can't see shit from up there through the foliage. But we were sent up top. They're walking in the rock there.
No, no, no. Fuck, they're in
Where
front
are
of
you,
us.
prick?
Quick, into the rocks.
Boulevard! They're fleeing into the rock! Hurry! Run around! We'll catch them at the top!
What now?
Hey?
They're here!
Hans!
Take cover!
There's more of them up top!
Where now, for fuck's sake? Hey, get over here! Damn it, they're everywhere!
What are we gonna do?
How should I know? We can't go climbing into the rocks at night when we can't see shit.
But they'll catch us!
Oh, you don't say, genius.
Calm down, for fuck's sake!
Stop it! This isn't going to help us. You know what? Go and look into that gorge behind me and see if there's a way forward. Then come back to me. At least we'll know if it makes sense to go that way. If we can get out of the rocks. I'll stay here meanwhile and watch out for them.
Ah, fuck! Where's Capon? He must have fled from them through the other gorge. I have to find him. Oh, where is he? Oh, this looks like a way out. Hans!
Here! Oh, God, we found each other. I didn't manage to warn you when those soldiers popped up in front of me. I only just avoided being seen. And I only found my way out of those bloody rocks a while ago.
You're in for an ass kicking, you piece of sh...
You know the trouble with an adventurous life, son? It can end before it gets started. I might teach you how to handle a sword, and then someone will shoot you with a crossbow as soon as you set foot outside the house. If you want to convince someone that they're wrong, try using your mouth and not your fists. We did a fine job. Being a blacksmith might bring no glory, but it has its benefits. Like keeping your head on your shoulders. Pa. Now, come now. I was the one who raised you, but you know how things really are.
Am I? Am I dead?
Not yet. I'm dead, though.
If I'm not, then how come...
You chose a different path than I wanted for you. And maybe that's how it was meant to be. But once you've chosen the path of adventure, you have to fight. You have to fight till the bitter end, with all the strength you can muster. You still have a long way to go till your work is done, Henry. So pull yourself together and wake up. It's not over yet.
For the love of God, wake up! Pull yourself together, Henry. Oh, thank Christ. Oh, I thought you were done for.
Where am I?
Well, you dropped out of the sky like a shot-down hawk. And that fella landed with you. You broke your fall nicely, otherwise you'd have ended up the same as him.
What are you wearing?
Well, you won't be needing it. We can't be running naked through the woods. And if you're capable of running at all...
Now, where's Mutt?
I've no idea. Just don't worry about your dog. He can look after himself. We've got to disappear. Come on, I'll help you up. How are you holding up?
It's not so bad.
All right. That'll have to do for now. As long as you're able to talk. As long as you talk, I know you're hanging in there. Henry, what are you staring at?
They're here. Sigismund's army.
The only army here is the one-man army of Sir Hans Cable.
Ah!
Jesus, don't do this to me. Pull yourself together and let's go. We have to go.
But the gate is closed.
Don't worry, my name will open any gate.
Fuck! Skalitz is in flames. We're gonna die here.
You survived Skalitz, and you'll survive this. Come on!
Bianca!
Come on!
Father?
Listen to me, Hal. Listen carefully. Take the sword, go into the house, and grab anything else important from the truck. Go to the castle. Hurry.
What about you? Are you mad?
Your mother is in the village. I'll fetch her and we'll follow right behind.
I'll go with you.
No. You'll do what I say right now. Give the sword to Sir
Christ's sake!
Anything happens, you'll take
Come
care of
on!
me.
Oh, you can hardly stand, damn it. But we'll make it together. You'll see. Henry, focus.
Take me away.
Henry, pull yourself together.
No.
Please. God, there's nobody here. You're just imagining things.
Run.
No, don't give in to it. Hang in there.
Look.
We'll make it together. You'll see. You're a warrior. You can do this.
No.
It's all right, Henry. I've got you. Just a little further. Henry, wake up.
The linden tree. Just like Father always wanted.
No, we can't stop.
And Pa. I let them all down.
You've never let me down. Henry, a light. Look.
I see it.
We've got to go.
I see the light.
Hold on, pal. Hold on. Wait.
Pavlena, is it you?
Greetings, good wife. Fear not. We mean you no harm. My friend needs help. Please.
Right. I'll see what I can do for him. Let's have a look at you. It's all right.
My parents.
That was just a dream, Henry. We're in the woods. And we were ambushed. But don't worry. We'll get you fixed up right as rain.
Now I've got you, whore sons.
Think against strong!
Hey, lad! Are you alive, lad?
I've come from Scallops. They burned it to the ground.
Slaughtered everyone.
Who? Who burned it to the ground?
Huge army. They attacked without warning.
Get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare for the worst. Make all the necessary arrangements.
I am Sir Marquardt von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia.
Get up now. There's work to be done.
Mother?
I ain't your ma, laddie. Oh, may all the saints be praised. I was afraid you'd never wake up again.
What? Where am I?
Where would you be? Here in my cabin, where you and that pal of yours burst in last night. Slowly, lad. Slowly.
What happened? What about Hans?
He's taken care of for now, but he was on the edge there for a bit. And so were you, lad, so calm yourself. Last night you were 1 foot in the grave already. You were lucky you happened to turn up here.
I have to talk to Hans.
You won't get much out of him now. He's lost a lot of blood and he has a fever.
What happened to him?
That cutthroat that followed you fellas cut him up bad. Hans was fighting him outside, then he came staggering in, said something about Fortuna, and collapsed on the floor.
And what about that cutthroat?
You can go out and have a look at him. Hans gave him a right hammering. I didn't get a wink of sleep with that corpse in my yard.
I understand. I'm sorry we caused you such trouble. But you'll save Hans, won't you?
God willing. Well, I managed to pull you out of death's grip, so maybe I'll be blessed again. I'll go check on him as soon as I'm done with you. How are you feeling?
There's no part of me that doesn't hurt. Inside and out. Mostly my shoulder where I took an arrow.
Little wonder, then. But you're conscious and talking. That's a good sign. Ah, your shoulder is looking a lot better. I did my best, but I don't see good no more, especially at night. So I didn't do the best job. It just wouldn't stop bleeding. And now you've moved about, it started up again. Take this and bandage it up. Not much else we can do with it now.
Thanks. I reckon I can manage that. But I need to get a breath of fresh air to clear my head.
You slept through half of God's bright day, lad. So, if you feel up to it, go ahead. At least we'll see how steady you are on your feet. While you're at it, you can stop by the trough and wash all that nasty grime off of yourself. I found an old tunic. Put it on so you don't catch a chill. It gets cold here by the water. No doubt you'll be famished and need a bite to eat. There's some hot soup in the pot on the fire. If that ain't enough, I put some bread and cheese on the table outside for you. And you'll find some of our home-brewed liquor there, too, in case you need bucking up. Don't overdo it, though.
I won't. Thanks a lot. May God reward you 1,000-fold. What's your name, by the way?
Bushenna's my name.
Well, I'm Henry.
I know. Hans told me. I'll go and check on him. When you're done with everything, come and see me and we'll figure out what to do next.
It's really good. So good I wouldn't say no to some more. Ah, I feel like a new man. Seems Bujana isn't some quack. She's got a damn good setup here. I did what you asked.
And you didn't faint while doing it. I'm pleased, Henry. I had to pour a whole Lethean potion into you last night. That's what I call medicine. It can either put a dead man back on his feet, or make sure he never gets up again. So consider yourself lucky.
I will. But what about Capon?
Well, he's less lucky. That brute really knocked him about before Hans beat the life out of him.
Is there any way I can help? I owe it to Capon, and I want to do whatever I can.
You owe him, all right. I've got a bit of that Lethean potion left. It ought to work wonders on him, same as on you. But I can't just give it to him now. First, we have to deal with that fever. The best and fastest remedy for that is chamomile decoction. Luckily, it ain't too hard to brew, but we'll need some fresh sage for it. And, of course, chamomile. You ought to be able to manage that. You've got young legs and eyes, and I reckon a bit of a stroll would do you good.
Easy as pie. I can do that. Ma used to put sage in sauces and served it with meat. I'll check the kitchen.
Christ wounds! Try thinking with your head and not your stomach. We need freshly picked sage, not some dried herb, so listen up. Sage has a purple blossom and chamomile has white petals with a yellow centre. At the back of the hut, there's a footpath leading up to the rocks. You go along there till you reach a sort of small meadow. You ought to find both of them there.
Great. I'll be back in a jiffy with a couple of handfuls.
All right. I'll be glad if you get back here soon. I don't feel right being here with that corpse in my yard. Seeing him lying there gives me chills. I can't think straight.
I understand. It makes me anxious, too. Maybe I could manage to bury him somewhere. Or at least hide him somewhere further off in the woods.
The Lord be praised. I'd be truly glad of that. Do you feel up to it, laddie? You ain't in the best of shape, and digging a grave's a tough job, even for a healthy fella.
Not to worry. I'll see what I can manage. It's on account of us that he's here, anyway. I wouldn't want you to have any more trouble. And a bit of effort, even if it's a dirty job, is the least I owe you.
Well, if you think you can manage it, good. But don't overstrain yourself. And thanks.
Where should I put him?
Grab the spade by the dung pile and bury him by the creek. The soil will be softer there, so it should be easier. When you head out the gate, follow your nose. Find a good spot somewhere in the reeds and nettles. And when you're done with that, better have a wash, so's you don't have the stench of death on you.
True. I'll bear that in mind.
I'll sort out the rest with Ignatius, the gravedigger, when he comes by again, so's I don't have that wretch lying here till Judgment Day.
All right. I'll get to it.
You're going to need all the saints watching over you.
Shit! Oh, my shoulder. Oh, this bastard's hard work. You can't be in the ground soon enough. Damn, shoulder still hurts like hell. Maybe now it'll tell me when it's gonna rain. Purple flower. Sage. There we go. That's it. Chamomile. Right, I've got all the herbs I need. So back to Bajena on the double. The sooner Hans gets that remedy, the better. What's that dog making such a fuss about? Could something have happened at Bajena's? I should have some weapon at hand, in case there's any foul play.
I'm looking for the... Hey! You! What do you want? Come here and tell me who you are, or I'll drum it out of you. Lord von Bergov sent us to find the renegades who ambushed some knights' company down by the pond yesterday. A couple of them fled and are hiding out here in the rocks. So tell me who you are and what you know about it.
You're from Lord von Bergov? You don't look like it.
Kulva! Watch your tongue with me, boy. When I say we're from von Bergov, then we're from fucking von Bergov. Who else would we be from anyway? You can talk to me or talk to cold steel. Who the hell are you? And what are you doing here?
I'm Pavel, and I'm here to help Bojena. That ambush happened on the other side of the pond. So that's where you should be looking. Not here. There's no one like that here.
Is that so? Seems like you know a lot about that ambush, but you don't have to concern yourself with that. You won't be breathing a word to anyone about that business yesterday. That I can assure you.
Hey,
This'll be quick, boy.
What do you want?
This'll be quick, boy.
I'll kill you!
Show your stuff! Take that!
You've no chance against me!
You want to try me?
Through blood, yeah!
What's that dog making such a fuss about? Could something have happened at Bajena's? I should have some weapon at hand, in case there's any foul play.
Two of them fled and they must be hiding here somewhere in the rocks. What do you know about it? We're from Lord von Bergov. Hey, you! What do you want? Come here and tell me who you are, or I'll drum it out of you. Lord von Bergov sent us to find the renegades who ambushed some knights' company down by the pond yesterday. A couple of them fled and are hiding out here in the rocks. So tell me who you are and what you know about it.
You're from Lord...
Kulva! You can talk to me.
Calm down. No need to draw weapons. I'll tell you everything. It's just like you said. Before dawn, there were some vagabonds round here. I had a bad feeling about them. They were looking for a hiding place.
What I want to know is where they are now, not where they were this morning.
We sent them to the rocks. It's a dangerous place. One false step, and it's a long way down.
I'll tell you what's dangerous. Pissing me off like you just did. Because it was in the rocks that we lost them yesterday. So it's kind of you to wait for us here.
Hey,
This'll be quick, boy.
What are you...
This'll be quick, boy.
You're in for an arse kicking, you...
We're gonna gut you, you whoreson!
That was something!
What's that dog making such a fuss about? Could something have happened at Bajena's? I should have some weapon at hand, in case there's any foul play.
Who've been pillaging around the domain. They slaughtered some knight and his company yesterday down by the pond. Hey!
Hey, what are you doing? Walking around with a weapon? If you're in for an ass kicking, you piece of shit!
Getting mixed up in all sorts of nonsense at my age.
Did they hurt you?
No, but I think they would have if you hadn't come along.
Who do you think they were?
I don't know how much you heard. They came here saying they was from Lord von Burgo, and they was looking for 2 bandits that ambushed some knight yesterday. But for sure they wasn't von Burgo's people. They didn't even have his Waffenrocks. But they sure sounded keen to find you fellas.
Maybe they were from that band that followed us yesterday.
Look here. I almost got slaughtered twice in one day on account of you two. God be praised that my Pavlena wasn't here. Heaven knows what they'd have done to her. So, I'd like to know why all this is happening. Your friend was talking in a delirium in the night, saying you was knights. But if you two are knights, then I'm the Queen of Sheba.
Well, I must bow to your ladyship. Sir Hans is the young lord of Leiper and Perkstein. I'm Henry of Skalitz, son of Sir Radzig Kobyla, and I'm his bodyguard. We were heading to Trotsky to deliver a message from Sir Hanush of Leiper and Margrave Jobst to Lord von Burgov. But we were ambushed by bandits yesterday down by the pond, and you already know the rest. And as God is my witness, we're no bandits. I swear to you, I'm thankful to you for saving us. And I'm sorry it caused you trouble.
Well, you sound sincere, so I'll take your word for it. I hope I won't live to regret it.
You won't. I promise you.
Promises are made to be broken. But thank you for dealing with them. Except I have another corpse in my yard.
Now, don't worry. I reckon I've still got a bit of strength left. I ought to be able to manage it before evening.
I'd be eternally grateful to you. But be careful while you're at it. You don't want to open that wound or strain yourself.
What about Sir Hans? How's he doing?
He's holding up, I'd say. I treated his wounds and I'll change his bandages shortly. But what he needs most now is that remedy. Have you got everything for it?
Here. Chamomile and sage, like you said.
Excellent. Now to brew the potion from them. I gave you two the last of my supply during the night. But fresh is best anyways. It's a shame my daughter Pavlena ain't back yet. She'd get it done in a jiffy. But we'll just have to manage without her. But you can do it too. It ain't nothing hard. My eyes are so bad, it'd take me all day. But at least I can tell you how to go about it.
All right, I'll try. Well, I've been at the alchemist bench a few times, but it's been quite a while.
That's grand. More than I was hoping for. And not to worry, it'll all come back to you. I have a book here with the recipe, but it'll be better if I tell you. I know it by heart.
I can read as well as any man, if that's what you mean.
My word. Maybe you really are a noble son.
I'll take the book just in case, but if you give me some advice, I'd be grateful.
Of course. Everything we need is in the hut. Let's get to it. Everything's prepared. There's an alchemy bench in the alcove. Go to it and we'll get started. First, go to the recipe book. Now find the recipe for chamomile decoction and remember what you have to do. Then get back to the bench and we'll start. All right. First, you have to pour the right base into the cauldron. Choose the right pitcher from the shelf on the left, according to the recipe. So, what did you pour in there?
Wine, of course. Like it says in the book.
Glad to hear it. Now try moving the cauldron over the flame, so you know how it looks when it starts boiling a bit. Hear that bubbling? It's boiling. Remember that well. For most potions, you just have to simmer the herbs for a bit. But sometimes you need to get it good and hot. So you have to get the fire blazing under the cauldron using the bellows. Try fanning it with the bellows to get it boiling. It's boiling! To keep it going, you mustn't stop with the bellows. If you want to cool it down quick, take it off the flame. Try it. Move the cauldron up. Good. Now we'll start with the brewing. Get all the herbs that you need ready. The ones you picked, put them there on the shelf, so you've got them at hand. Have you really got everything ready? I only see one bag and you need two. Have you really got everything ready? I only see one bag and you need two. All right, let's get to it. First, throw 2 handfuls of chamomile into the cauldron. Before you put it on the flame, turn the sand glass so you know how long you're brewing it. It's got to be exact. Every grain of sand counts. See? When the sand has flowed out, that's 1 turn. That's how long you have to boil the chamomile. Move the cauldron to the fire and wait until it starts bubbling. Then turn the sand glass. As soon as the sand runs out, take the cauldron off the fire again. Ain't that enough? Take the cauldron off the flames. All right. Now, take 1 handful of sage, grind it with a mortar and pestle, and drop it in the cauldron. Have you ground it? Good. Now, drop it in the cauldron. You don't have to boil it anymore. All you have to do now is decant it. Get a phial and pour it in. Done. Now, let's see what you've brewed.
Here it is.
Now, judging by the smell, I'd say you brewed it perfectly. Thanks for your help, Henry.
Happy to help.
This should help Hans get better. I'll take care of it now.
All right. Is there anything else I can do to help?
Well, if you feel up to it, I'd be right grateful to you if you was to rid me of that damn corpse what's lying there the whole time.
Sure. I'll do the best I can.
When you're done with that, go get some sleep. You won't miss anything, and you need the rest after everything that happened.
Ah, fuck. Ah, this damn shoulder. Oof. Hans, can you hear me, friend? Christ. In the end, you bore the brunt for both of us. May all the saints watch over you, and over Bajana, too.
Looks like the fever is going down.
A sword such as this will bring honor to its bearer.
True, Sir Radzik. If I'd have had its like back in Nicopolis, things would have worked out differently.
Where's my fucking sword?
And I found it. Everything I take now will be mine, and I plan to take everything.
Rotten hell! Ugh.
Why would I miss one sword?
Because it's the last one my father forged, and I promised him I'd deliver it to you.
Stronger dog fucks the bitches, and war is a nasty business.
Where's my fucking sword?
You know what? I think I'll keep it. As a memento.
This isn't over. I'll find you!
Yeah!
Don't disappoint me.
Wake up, Henry. It's past sunrise.
Hallelujah. I thought you'd never wake. Were you having a nightmare?
Bad dreams. You must be Pavlena, right?
That's right. I came in the evening while you were asleep. Ma told me what happened to you. Then I helped Ma take care of your friend that night?
Hans? He's alive. How is he?
Have no fear. He's alive, all right. Maybe too alive. Ma knows what she's doing, and that's the truth. I reckon she could bring the dead back to life. She said she dosed you with the strongest remedies she knows, and it looks like they did the trick. On that other fella for sure. Since he came to this morning, he hasn't stopped talking.
Yeah, that sounds like him, all right.
And what about you? How do you feel?
Definitely better than yesterday. Thanks.
That's good. Ma will be glad, but I heard you yelling in your sleep and went to check on you. Bad dreams?
I dreamt of Istvan Toth, a villainous, murderous whoreson who stole my sword. The last memento I had of my father, and I swore to get that sword back and avenge my parents.
Oh, that oath must be serious if it even torments you in your sleep. Dreams shouldn't be taken lightly. They can have real meaning, however hard they are to understand. What strikes you as the most important part of your dream?
Pa, without a doubt. I hope his soul and Ma's find peace.
Dreaming of a dead parent is confusing. It could mean you cling too much to the past, and you ought to find a new path. But I think it's a good thing he's more important to you than that murderer.
Thanks, Pavlena. I never thought of looking at it like that. It's a lot to think about.
You're welcome. But remember, it's only my reading. The only one who can really understand you is you yourself.
I expect you're right. So in the end, all the hard work will be on me. But this is all too much heavy thinking at once. Right now, what I need more is a little sunshine and fresh air.
Aye, that's the best remedy for many ailments. And a full stomach will help too. Breakfast is on the table, and I've got something else for you too. Come along, and we must save Ma from the clutches of his lordship.
Look who's finally up! Henry! Good morning, Henry! You have no idea how glad I am to see you. Come join our banquet in the midst of these exquisite woods.
I'm glad to see you too. I see you're in a surprisingly good mood for someone who was at death's door yesterday.
It's all the more cause for merrymaking! Even this water now tastes like the finest wine.
Of course. I did bring it all the way from the spring.
And for that, I am in your debt, fair maid. And I'm grateful to you too, Henry. Bojena told me what happened here yesterday. That's the third time you've saved my life. I suppose I'll have to give you some estate or something.
The third time? What in God's name happened the first two times?
Now, Henry, Don't make her beg. Tell this good maiden of your heroic deeds.
Well, there was this time when me and Hans had, some fisticuffs in the tavern, and for punishment, I had to accompany him on the hunt.
And I shot a boar.
And made it mad. And when Hans chased after the wounded animal, he got caught by a human patrol.
Humans?
They come from somewhere in Hungary. Sigismund brought them here to Bohemia as mercenaries. They're a very dangerous bunch.
I told you about them, though. The fellas in the tavern in Zheleov were saying there's some foreigners like that camping in the rocks down by the pond.
What?
It's just what I heard.
Whoa, that's all we need. I hope they don't turn up here. What could us two do alone against them?
What could they want from us? But if they did come here to rob us, I'd shoot enough arrows into them to make them think twice. But the thing I want to know is, how did it end up with young Sir Hans?
Well, as I said, they took him captive.
Well, there must have been 10 of them. I hadn't a chance.
You must have been seeing double. As I recall, there were 2.
That just proves how well you can count. Besides, they were armed to the teeth and had bows and armour. It might as well have been 10.
Whatever. Anyway, with a bit of luck, I managed to free Sir Hans.
Why the modesty? You got them. Maybe a stroke of luck, but as we know, al dentes.
Fortuna juvat.
See now, you've finally learned it.
What?
It's just this kind of motto of ours. Fortune favours the bold.
Maybe they're really telling the truth about who they are. Who but a lord or a priest could know Latin? And priests they ain't. I can tell.
And as I recall, you already got a pony from Uncle Hanush as a reward for saving me. Your pebbles. So I'll save myself a few groschen.
But you never gave me anything for Talmberg.
For Talmberg? What was that about then?
The foe took the castle by subterfuge, and we planned a counterattack.
Under the cloak of darkness, we scaled the mighty walls of Talmberg Castle to get inside and open the portcullis to our brothers in arms who were poised and ready to attack.
And we almost succeeded. Only, along the way, Sir Hans here took an arrow to his noble seat.
Seat? He got shot in the backside.
My upper thigh, actually.
Backside it was. But that's no joke either. It's not easy to run with an arrow stuck in your arse. If I hadn't carried him...
I admit it, you saved my arse.
Well, now, you two have been through a thing or two. As far as I can tell, it really was his backside and not his thigh. I examined Hans and saw the scars for myself. But I reckon you paid off part of your debt the other day, sir.
Yeah, true. I'll never forget you for dragging me all the way here from the lake.
You're quite welcome. The Lords of Lipa do not leave their friends in the lurch.
Do tell. What else did the two of you encounter?
Quite a lot of things. But I'm afraid we don't have much time for storytelling right now. We came here on an important mission, and we cannot afford to dally any longer. We have to get to Trotsky as soon as we can. How far is it from here?
Not far. Once you climb the hill above Zheleov, you'll see the castle.
All right. I think we should get on our way as soon as possible.
I'll prepare a bit of food for you, for your journey.
Oh, Bozhena, I don't know how to thank you for all this.
But I do. Once we've settled our business with von Bergov, I shall reward you as befits a knight. You have my word of honor.
Now you've got me curious. I never got a knight's word before.
For a start, you can leave me that axe and spade. We can't manage without them.
Yes, of course. And thanks for everything you've done, Bozhena.
I have something for you, Henry. Ma had trouble because of you, but I know you didn't do it on purpose, and you protected her when she needed it. I want to thank you for that. Take this potion. It will help when you're in danger or don't know which way to turn. Have a little sip each time, and it'll save you a lot of trouble. You'll see. It's not all that hard to brew. With a bit of practice, you could manage it yourself.
Thanks, Pavlana. This'll come in handy.
No doubt. But we'd better get going now.
Hans is right. We're very glad we met you. And we're obliged to you for your help and hospitality. God bless you.
And you too, sirs.
As Henry says, may God bless you for your generosity and your healing arts. And you have rightfully earned the gratitude of the House of Lipa for all time. If you should ever find yourself in need, the doors of Perkstein shall always be open to you.
Thank you, sir. Though, I'm not sure I could find the way to Perkstein. Hopefully we'll never need to take up your offer. Sorry for coming late, Ma. I got held up in Troskowitz.
Of all places. And it's not the first time.
I know, but I was going past and I thought I'd try to sell some baskets and ointments there. And I succeeded.
Emmerich won't be happy.
Then he shouldn't sell so dear. He charges nearly twice as much as we do, so it's no wonder folks buy from us. But I understand. Next time I'll come straight home, so you're not on your own so much. If anyone comes here again threatening you, I'll put them in their place with an arrow. That'll teach them to try it on with us.
Maybe it's a good thing you wasn't here. They'd catch you, and I dread to think what they'd do with you.
They'd never catch me. You know I can take down a hare on the run, and a man's an easier target.
True enough. You've got a steady hand and an eye like a hawk. Not like me. But you know how it is. The less fuss going on around here, the better for us. And if anything does happen, we've got Growler, and he won't leave us in the lurch.
True. That animal is God's gift. Time to do something useful. The days are long, but there's no end of work to do.
Aye. Thank
Nothing against the hospitality of the good women folk here, but I want to get to Trotsky Castle right away.
What about the rest of our company? Could someone else have got away?
You saw for yourself. They didn't stand a chance. But you're right, we shouldn't just leave it at that. As soon as we get to Trotsky, I'll make sure they get a proper Christian burial and their souls find peace.
And when we get back to Ratai, we'll have a mass served for them.
You're right. They were damned good lads. I'd known Oates since childhood. Damn it.
Hold on a bit. Before we hit the road, there's something you should know. I have a hunch that one of that band that ambushed us at the pond was Istvan Toth.
Toth? Are you yanking my pizzle? He's long since over the hills and far away.
You don't believe me?
It's not that I don't believe you, it just doesn't make any sense that he'd be here.
No, I'm not. I'd never mistake him for anyone else.
Of course, Henry. I know you have accounts to settle with him, but that's nonsense. Toth is in Sigismund's service and is harassing his opponents. And Otto von Bergov is one of Sigismund's allies. So Toth's hardly going to attack his people. It was dark. God knows what you saw.
I saw him, the bastard, and I'll get him.
Yes. We'll surely get him one day. I promise you. And your sword, too. But I don't think either of them are around here. You're still my protector, though, so you need a weapon right away. Here you go. You never know.
Where'd you get it?
I found it in the dung pile. Must have belonged to the fellow I brawled with that night we got here. Come on, let's get going. Your mind will turn to better things along the way. hope they've got a good physician at this castle. Or at least a barber. I mean, that old crone got me on my feet. But I don't believe much in herbal remedies. You can't beat an educated man of medicine.
And I can't wait to sleep in a proper bed.
And some wine!
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, it's closed. Open up! I bear an urgent message for your liege lord. Hear me! Open the gate! I am a messenger from Sir Hanush of Lipa.
Fucking shit! Fuck! You fucking cunts! Do you know who I am?
No, we fucking don't! I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein, heir to Ratai!
Now, look here, you filthy beggar! I'm not here for your amusement, so get your stinking, ragged asses out of here on the double. The pair of you!
What's all this about? Why don't you send those beggars packing?
I did, sir. They say they're messengers.
I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein, envoy...
I heard. Nevertheless, I doubt Sir Hanush would send two vagabonds covered in excrement as emissaries. Apart from which, Sir Hans Capon is dead. We found his body by the pond. His company was ambushed by outlaws, and they were slaughtered to the last man.
Yes, yes, they ambushed us, but we managed to get away.
Sir, we met your Captain Thomas on our way. He can testify to who we are. He saw our message and its seal.
How terribly unfortunate you are. The captain's company was also ambushed by outlaws. The captain barely escaped with his life and has been delirious for 3 days. And even if he did confirm your story, I am under strict orders to admit no strangers to the castle.
Sir, there's a horseman approaching, in King Sigismund's colours.
Ah, now that's what a messenger looks like. Count yourselves lucky that I don't have time to waste on you. Be gone!
I'm getting in, whether you like it or not.
Get your shitty hands off me!
Look, wait. Wait, one moment!
What the fuck was that?
So now what?
There's only one thing we can do.
Have you two got any groschen?
What do you take me for, wench?
For someone who stinks like a badger.
Look, we've had a tough couple of days, so we'd like a bit of peace and quiet, a beer, and a bite to eat.
Unless you want to share a bowl of gruel, you're going to need more coin than this.
Just bring the best you have, and we'll settle later.
As the gentleman wishes.
Well, she's not far off. We look like a couple of beggars, and we stink even worse.
What the fuck was all that at the gate? You try to talk to them and get shit poured on your head.
Different lands, different customs.
God's holy britches.
Well, I expect they've had trouble with beggars at the castle, so they act without thinking.
Oh, really? I'd never have figured that out. I'd rather hear some cunning plan how to get out of this shit. Huh?
And the first thing we have to do is get ourselves into decent shape. Have a good scrub, get some better clothes. Then they might believe we're actually messengers.
That's all very well, except we can't even pay our bill here. Never mind a visit to the baths and the tailor.
So we'll earn some.
Earn?
I'm not afraid of work. And we're gonna need every groschen we can get.
And how long will it take for you to earn a few groschen? And where will you find a decent tailor? Before we get ourselves sorted out, Sigismund will be sitting on the throne in Prague.
So what do you suggest? Going back to Ratai?
To Ratai? You just don't get it, do you? We can't go crawling back like this. We'd be a laughing stock.
A laughing stock? We were outnumbered by a gang of bandits.
Yes, and how come they got away with it? Because we camped at that fucking pond. We've got no message, no coin, nothing but our ragged arses.
Chin up. We'll sort it out somehow, and everything will be fine again.
Nothing will be fine, my friend. I'll tell you 4 reasons why. Oates, Tankard, Conrad, and Nicholas, instead of sitting here with us, having a chat and a laugh, they're just food for crows in some godforsaken hole.
I'm just as much to blame for their deaths as you. We're in this together.
At least we should give them a proper burial as soon as possible. They were good Christians, even though it didn't always seem that way.
We'll keep the promise we made at Pagenis. The best way to honour their memory is to finish our mission. We'll get inside the castle. You'll see. We'll avenge our lads and go back to Ratai with our heads held high. I promise you that.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Food. About bloody time.
Here we are. Gentlemen.
What is this stuff?
Hey, there's meat in that. And there's more than you gave me coin for. When you're finished, report for work.
Cheers.
What is it? What's that woman from the pond? Or the one you gave us away for?
I bear that witch.
Wench! What I tell you? What are you waiting for? She can vouch for who we are. Go to her.
God be with you. A full pitcher of wine, please.
My word, that's a picture and a half. I ain't seen you here before. Who sent you? Not them nomad vagabonds, I hope.
Don't worry. I've come from the castle. I'm Catherine, and I've got the lovely job of keeping the soldiers' throats wet.
Ah, that's another matter then. Oh my. Ugh. Can you smell that too?
Oof. It stinks like something died here.
Sorry to interrupt.
Jesus, fella. That's a bit much.
Hey, youngster, if you want to go around mixing with my guests here, go and wash the stench off yourself at the trough first. Stinking up my establishment.
Doesn't half taste
I
good
heard
today.
some talk about your captain.
Oh? What was that? Oh, hi. Poor Captain Thomas might never get back on his feet. Him and his men were attacked by bandits. Most of them are dead.
Jesus Christ!
Lord von Berghoff is beside himself and won't allow his soldiers out the castle.
Aha! So that's why they sent you for the wine. Wait a moment then.
Undrinkable.
I'll be right back.
Once you got through the first one, you knock 'em back like it's nectar.
Sorry to bother you, but I've seen you before.
Oh, eh? I don't remember. Hold on, are you the boy that cleans the pit under the castle shitting hole?
You were attacked by those bandits.
What bandits? What are you on about?
You were attacked at the pond. You, some other women, and so were we as it happened.
I have no idea what you're on about. I work at the castle, and I wasn't at any pond.
And I have no idea why you're trying to deny it. I saw you with my own eyes. You were washing laundry there with some other girls.
Well, I reckon you weren't looking too much at faces, eh? Clear off, you lecher.
Here's your wine. Is this vagabond bothering you?
I can handle the likes of him myself. Thanks for the wine. Bye.
Please, I don't know what's up with you, but I know you were there. I need your help. You owe me that much. But we need to get to von Berghoff, and you're the only one who can confirm who we are.
You can't get into the castle. And even if you could, that was the King's messenger. Von Berghoff is getting ready to ride out.
Shit.
If you want to speak to him, the best place would be Samin's wedding. He'll be there. For sure.
No, wait.
And don't ever lay your hands on me again!
What are you gaping at? Have you nothing better to do?
Health, lads. That's the most important thing. Enjoy yours while you still got it.
Why are you standing here like a pillar of salt? Are you ready?
It ain't what it used to be. My knees and...
What for?
To get to work. You pair ordered a lot more than you paid for, so you work your debt off, like I said.
All right. What do you want us to do?
Over there by the gate, there's a cart with sacks of flour from the mill. My old man was meant to take them into the house. But as soon as he got a sniff of work, he vanished into thin air. The second door in there leads to the pantry. That's why I need you to haul the sacks. You have to lay each sack on the planks, so they don't touch the damp floor and go moldy. If you just chuck it on the floor in the corner, it'll spoil. So do it properly. 2 men can finish the work in a jiffy, and then we'll be quits.
All right, we'll do it. Carrying a few sacks won't kill us. For sure, it's less daunting work than fighting bandits in the woods.
Aye, it's terrible about them bandits. We never had nothing like that here before. Like it or not, you can't pay what you owe me, so I'm putting you to work. Is that clear?
All right, we'll do it.
Glad to hear it. I can see you ain't stuck up like your mate. Where are you actually from, if you don't mind me asking?
Ratai.
Ratai. Ratai. That rings a bell. I ain't been further than the back off me whole life, but I know this place inside and out.
Strong as an ox. And for a couple of groschen, he'll teach you to sword fight. Why would I want to know how to...
Where do you want the sacks moved to?
To the pantry. That's the second, but I'd split the work with your pal if I was you. So you don't do yourself a mischief. It's his debt too, eh?
I heard some talk about some wedding being planned here.
Ah, nobody's talking about nothing else. Young Lord Sameen is marrying Agnes, the daughter of Thrush, our Truskovitz bailiff. And it's going to be a grand affair. When rich folks get married, that's a feast that's a lot different from when some tanner gets hitched to a bathhouse wench.
Who is this Sameen?
Can't you tell by the name? The Lord of Sameen. The fort in the village belonged to him. Old Jan Sameen is the head of the family, and his son's called Olda. And it's him who's getting itched. There used to be a rich family. Their glory's faded a bit, but they still have some clout.
Will Lord von Berghoff be at the wedding?
How should I know what his lordship's plans are? But most likely he will be. Sameen is his vassal.
Where's the wedding going to be?
At Sameen, of course. I expect old Sir Jan and our bailiff will try to outdo each other in showing off their wealth.
Could I get to the wedding somehow?
I don't know about that, lad. It's for invited guests only.
It seems that's really our only chance.
What's that?
Oh, nothing.
If you want to find out more, there's a couple of invited guests having an ale over there. Young Svatja there. He's the bride's brother. He can be a bit of a pain, but he's a good lad at heart.
I'll go and discuss it with my friend then.
And careful with them sacks. I don't want you ripping them or anything like that. Aye, coming right up.
Easy does it. Deep breath.
Right, pardon me.
Cheers.
Aye. One beer. Look out!
Cheers.
Innkeeper,
Cheers.
what's taking so long?
How are you?
Could be better.
Cheers.
Hey, what a...
Cheers.
Cheers.
Greetings to you.
Likewise, lad.
I haven't seen you here before. Where are you from?
We're messengers from Ratai, here to deliver a letter to Lord von Berghoff, in the name of Sir Radzig Cobbler of Dworitz and Sir Hanish of Lipa.
Hear that, Crazel? A messenger, he says. Looks more like a scarecrow to me.
He's a lame liar, all right. But he knows how to spin a good yarn. You can't deny him that.
I'm not lying. We're messengers. But everything got out of hand somehow.
Well, whether you're lying or not, no one will believe a word you say in them rags. What do they call you, lad?
Henry of Skalitz.
Fancy yourself a noble, it seems.
So, Henry, what was it you were after?
Since you've joined us.
I heard there's going to be a big wedding in these parts. What do you know about it?
That's right. A big affair in Sameen.
Everyone wants to go.
And anyone who's not invited is trying to worm their way in somehow. Not me, though. I couldn't give a toss.
Because you weren't invited, eh?
Of course I was invited. But what do I care about young Sameen and the bailiff's lass? We're all just playthings in God's hands. One day, our earthly bonds will vanish in time, like smoke.
Trying to sound clever again, are you, Crazel?
All I'm saying is that these petty affairs of men leave me cold.
Sod that, it's going to be big. Even Lord von Burgo himself is going to be at the wedding. And he hardly ever shows his face in public.
Would it be possible to get to von Berghoff, even though he keeps his distance from people?
I don't know. He's either locked away in his castle or traveling somewhere. And he's powerful and important. So the only chance of meeting him is at the wedding. At least for us who are invited.
And everybody will want something from him. He'll be dancing for joy, I can tell you.
Could someone get to the wedding without an invitation?
Someone? You mean? Forget it, looking like that.
Well, I think it might be possible, using certain methods. Play of light and shadow, a cloak as black as night.
What are you going on about? More Miller's witchery?
All right. I won't say another word.
Semin's bound to keep a damn close eye on his big day, so you won't get in without an invitation.
So, how can I get to the wedding?
The best thing would be to find a job that'll be needed there.
Aye. There's always lots of hands needed at a wedding. As the hours pass and the guests raise their goblets, they'll lower their guard.
I haven't been here before, and I'd like to learn something about this region.
What's there to say? It's not a bad place to live.
It's usually peaceful, thank God. I don't like too much excitement.
You've got good reason to hide, I reckon.
That's enough of your mudslinging. It's actually good to live in an estate where the Lord's away most of the time.
That's true. Just a couple of villages, rocks, fields, not even a church worth the name, in fact. That's despite Otto van Burgo being one of the kingdom's most powerful nobles. The darkest place is under the candlestick, as they say.
When his lordship isn't in these parts, his chamberlain stands in for him. Ulrich von Schaumburg's his name.
I saw him on the gate tower, when he sent us packing like beggars.
Aye, he's a right haughty bastard. On the other hand, he can be negotiated with.
If you can get to him.
I'm looking for work.
And what can you do?
I can do a lot of things. But mainly, I'm a blacksmith.
Bugger me. A blacksmith, you say? That makes two of us. And my apprentices have just vanished along with my goods, the bastards, when I'm swamped with work. If you're not talking shit and you can wield a hammer, we'll shake on it. And if you prove your worth, I'll even take you to that wedding.
Why would you work at a forge? Come and work for me at the mill. It's a cleaner job, and easier. And I can get you to that wedding, too.
Leave it out, you rogue. I asked him first.
My own pa was a blacksmith, so I spent my whole childhood at the forge. I know how to handle a hammer and bellows.
Bugger me. That's a lot more than the last lot I had. Whenever you're passing by that way, drop into my forge in Takov and ask for Radovan. That's me.
I've got to be going.
Wait, there's something else I want to ask. Out with the truth. You ain't no messengers.
We really are. We didn't look like this when we left Ratai. We set up camp down by the pond, and in the evening we were attacked by bandits. They slaughtered our men. It was only through luck that we saved our skins. We lost everything, even the letter. So they wouldn't let us into the castle.
Can't say I'm surprised. I'd send you packing myself. But it's true, there's bandits marauding in these parts. They're getting bolder and bolder. Even attacked a patrol from the castle recently.
Aye, these are evil times. Nothing ever happened like that in King Charles's day.
Farewell then, Henry.
Farewell.
Christ, what's the hold up?
I talked to that woman from the pond.
So I noticed, and you took your time coming back to me. It didn't look like she was too pleased to see you, though.
The main thing is, she denied ever being at the pond.
It's definitely her, though. You don't forget a figure like hers.
I got the feeling she didn't want to talk about it for some reason. I did get something out of her, though.
What? Don't keep me in suspense.
Von Burgov is about to leave the castle.
Sacre! If he pledges to Sigismund before we can get to him, everything's fucked.
Calm down. Let me finish. There's also going to be a big wedding in the region. Young Sir Older, the son of a respected nobleman from nearby Semine Fort, is marrying Agnes, the daughter of Thrush, the local bailiff. It's the talk of the town. Invitation only, it seems. But getting to the wedding isn't as impossible as it might seem. There'll be lots of jobs to do for it. So we could get there as help for the blacksmith, or miller, and maybe someone else.
Why should some wedding in a shithole near Trotsky be of any interest to us?
Because it looks like von Berghoff will be there.
Oh, that's fantastic news, Henry. So all we have to do is get on the guest list. And that shouldn't be a problem because you've got a cunning plan, right?
Like I said, there's going to be a lot of work involved in a wedding like that. That's our chance.
Work. Well, if you want. But how will you get me to the wedding?
Well, I thought we could both get jobs there.
I'm sure there are other options.
There's something else we have to sort out first. I spoke to the innkeeper.
I noticed that too.
We can work off our debt. All we have to do is carry a few sacks of flour from that cart to the pantry. If we both do it, we'll be finished in no time.
Lug sacks? Are you yanking my noble pizzle?
I'm serious.
I can't work. I'm a noble. What if someone saw me?
Do you have any idea what you look like?
Well, all right. I may not look much like a noble, but my blood's still blue. People will remember my face, and when everything's cleared up, word will get around that I lugged sacks here like some beggar. As if the disgrace at the gate wasn't enough. Oh!
Look, we're not in any position to pick and choose. So if you want to somehow scrape your way out of this mess, you better forget your airs and graces and make some effort. A bit of honest work won't kill you.
Henry, haven't you ever heard of the 3 states of man?
Would that be some aristocratic excuse?
Not so fast. It's God's law. Oratoris, the priests who pray for us. Laboratoris, the plebs who shovel shit and pay taxes. And Bellatoris, the warriors who protect the ones on their knees or in the fields. Now, which am I? So if you find me a sword, I can get to work. But wield a pitchfork or carry sacks? That's against God and nature.
We don't have swords, and we don't know anyone who needs protecting. So what then?
So we're fucked until someone rolls up his sleeves and gets to work. By which I mean someone of the appropriate status, like you. In short, be so kind as to get to work. I promise I'll make it up to you.
Are you really not going to help me? It's just a couple of sacks.
Come now, Henry. What did I tell you about Bellatoris and the natural order of the world? I simply cannot carry sacks.
We don't have time for your spoilt brat manners now. Either we get to work, or we'll be stuck here forever.
Manners? I'll put manners on you. It's not long since I had to drag one sack through the night, and if I hadn't, that sack wouldn't be here now. So I think I've done my fair share. I mean it, Henry. Stop trying to push me.
Suit yourself, then. Right. I'll get...
Well, if it makes you feel better, I'll scratch your back later.
How? By giving me a large estate?
That too, of course. Maybe 2 estates. But above all, once we're out of the worst, I'll help you find your dog. As soon as we have at least some gear, we'll head into the forest and find Mutt in a trice. Although, if you think about the 3 states of man, looking for lost dogs is more like a huntsman's work. But let's pay no mind to that.
How generous of you, Lord Capon.
I know, my dear Henry. Such is my nature.
I couldn't manage a pig that size on my own. She stamps and bites when she's upset.
Oh, I feel a bit sick.
Easy does it. Deep breaths.
I'd like a beer.
bull. I'm supposed to move the sacks. Are you guarding them?
Aye.
Thank God someone's bothered to come at last. The quicker sacks are moved, the better. You'll have your work cut out on your own. But don't look at me. I ain't gonna help you. I'll move each sack so you can get a better grip on it. But don't expect no more from me. Great. Get them out of here.
Hey, innkeeper! That beach... Oh, the rings about taking their time again. An ale, as usual. To success.
Like I'm invisible. Keep your head up, my friends.
How are things at home? Calm down a bit?
Aye, the celebration's over and done with. Everything's going well. I'm in a fine fettle. It's almost odd how well things are going.
Oh, please. Enjoy the peace and quiet while it
I'd
lasts.
like to see my brother. See, that's what bothers me. That it ain't like this all the time.
Sure ain't easy to please.
Did you hear what happened at the big wheel?
At the mill?
Yeah. The place by the Zechariah. What's then?
I'm always threatening to leave everything to the church if I don't go and
To
see.
worry about everything that could go wrong. Once old folks start getting soft in the head.
Let me tell you, I'd rather die
Listen to this.
God be with you.
And with you.
Is that supposed
Oh.
to be Latin?
I'm going.
No. And I doubt you do either.
The burden of proof is on the one who declares, not on the one who denies.
So you
So see, I speak Latin. I've just proven to you that I'm a nobleman.
You've proved fuck all. Remembering some words you heard in church doesn't make you a nobleman. You know what? I've had enough of your bollocks. Sit down.
Christ.
What? Enjoy
Hello. Thank you. Ich habe Hunger.
What did you say? Say it again.
It was their own fault.
What do you mean? They attacked themselves? Or what the fuck are you trying to say?
Everyone knows it's dangerous around Trotsky. Making camp in such an unprotected place is suicide.
Where else were they supposed to make camp, smart-ass?
Somewhere in the rocks, maybe. Not out in the open by the pond. Only a fool would do that.
But calm down, both of you.
I'm perfectly calm. It's your chum here who's ranting and raving.
Pack it in, Henry. There's no point in arguing with this yokel. He fancies himself as a military strategist.
I don't believe a word you're saying. A weed like you surviving a fight against bandits even von Berghoff himself has trouble with?
Believe what you like, but I'm telling the truth. And in fact, I'm willing to overlook all your insults if you apologize right now. And invite me to that wedding.
Did you hear what that lying nobody wants?
I am Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein, and I demand your immediate apology.
I am Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein. Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein. You're starting to bore me. You and your silly made-up name.
No apology, then. It looks like I'm going to have to teach you a lesson.
Oh, I'm so scared.
There's no point in this. Let's leave.
I'd do what your pal says if I were you. Get lost before something happens to you.
I give you a chance to apologize, and you keep insulting me. Get ready to pick up your broken teeth with broken fingers.
Oh, I'd like to see that. Come on, then.
You scum!
I
lifted an arsehole.
It was him. Stop beating him. Now we'll have you, you scum.
Shit!
Nice strike.
You've no chance against me.
Ain't had enough yet.
You leave me no other choice.
Chaser!
This is unbelievable.
You're no match for us,
Now you'll die.
Good!
Yeah, don't swear him. Nice hit.
Hey, get him!
Shame on you.
Wise him up.
Not just ugly, he's ham-fisted as well. Useless.
You dead, you bastard. Dead.
You are.
What now? Fuck
Send my greetings to the devil. Say that fucking yeah. Don't spare him.
Christ, I don't have the whole day for you. Slice him up.
Let him have it.
Boss? What do you want? To hell with you, you
No
scum!
chance. This is unbelievable.
Don't spare him! You haven't a chance!
Show your stuff.
I'll rip your arse open! Got you!
What the hell is going on here? Grab them vagabonds!
Bastards! This will cost you dearly.
Keep your mouth shut and don't make it worse.
What?
You behave like a spoilt brat.
How dare you speak...
You know, if you just shut up and done some work, we'd have coin by now and be on our way to the castle, but no, not his lordship.
You've got a nerve. If you hadn't have played the hero, we'd have been there long since and I wouldn't have had to get you out of that mess.
Oh yeah, because this isn't a mess, is it?
Fuck off.
Shut up, or you'll get a whipping too.
Just who the hell do you think you are?
I'm the only one of us with any sense. I'm not the one who acts like a spoiled child.
Spoiled child? You're in danger of crossing the line, Henry. Better keep your mouth shut. I shouldn't have brought you along.
Well, that's something we can agree on. I could have been sitting in the mill instead of rotting in these stocks.
And whose fault is that?
What? Who started quarrelling with the locals in their tavern? We should have made ourselves scarce. None of that would have happened.
Oh, aye. Typical you, running away like a coward. If it hadn't been for me, we wouldn't have even been in that tavern. We've been in the shit right from the start because you had to play at being the knight in shining underwear, saving damsels in distress.
I don't believe it. You're trying to put the blame on me? Just like that?
Who else is to blame? You're just a simple peasant who has no idea how the world works.
Oh, and our little prince knows all about it, doesn't he? You only left your uncle's a week ago. All you've known up to now is a tavern on Rat-Eye Green.
Now you've gone too far. I've had it up to here with you. With you and your pontificating. You were supposed to make sure nothing went wrong. And how did that turn out? It was me who had to save your life. You're fucking useless. You couldn't even keep an eye on your own mutt.
Oh, that's enough. This isn't getting us anywhere. I understand you're downcast after all that happened to us. And I understand you need to take it out on someone. I can take it. But we shouldn't forget we have a job to do. And do it we must. Together.
That's exactly what I'm doubting. Everything goes to shit when you're by my side.
You don't really mean that. Calm down.
I'm perfectly calm. That's it. My life went to shit from the first moment I met you. And I've only just realised it. You're like a ball and chain. And I'd have bagged that wild boar too if it weren't for you.
Well...
And none of the rest would have happened. I wouldn't have been showered in shit.
Oh, come on, Capon.
Don't you cape on me. Not another word. I'll have to consider what to do next.
Right, ladies. Time to go home. But I swear to Christ, if I catch you again, I'm gonna skin you both alive.
Isn't that?
What's up?
Hey! Go!
Oh, shit. Right, where were we? Go on, get out of my sight.
What are we going to do?
You can do as you like. You can go and carry sacks or dig latrines. I'll look after myself. I'll go and see Lord von Berghoff at the wedding. I bid you farewell.
All right. Yeah. If I were in your shoes, I'd be glad to be rid of the good for nothing, eh? Yeah. All right, off you go.
I suppose I really do need to find some job. I'll find mutt without you, you stuck-up Lord of Perkstein.
Hey, you! Well, come on. I don't bite.
What's your story?
What would you say? Right now, I'm slightly scruffy nothing.
But I don't have any money. Look at me. I don't have anything at all.
I don't want anything from you. I should actually be thanking you.
Uh-huh. For what?
I've been begging for alms here for days, but I didn't make any real coin till today. And that's thanks to you. The scene you made brought out nearly all of Troskowitz.
You're welcome. At least it was good for something.
Oh well, not many people can make such a strong first impression. But look on the bright...
Worse than that. Unless somebody tries to kill me. Again.
You're still alive in one piece. It's a new day and the sun is shining. Like Tomcat always says, bruises build character.
Hey, you. What's your name, anyway? What do you do?
I'm Bara. Just Bara.
Looks like you know your way around here pretty good. You're from here, right?
I ain't. I'm just passing through.
Where are you headed? If you're only passing through here.
For work. To the city. I'm tired of serving landholders. They all promise the moon, but then you're eating stale bread, cold porridge, and a nary a groschen in sight. With the city folk, it's bound to be better.
You said you were going to a city. You mean like to Prague? Or somewhere further?
I'd like to go to Prague, but I don't know anybody there. In Kuttenberg, at least I have a cousin.
Aha. So you're going to visit her?
Well, she doesn't know it yet. But I won't be troubling her long, just until I find a way to make a living.
You're something like a wanderer?
Nah, I usually find work with someone, stay for a while, and once I save a bit, I move on.
Then why are you begging here?
Sometimes I collect herbs for the apothecary, or help in the tavern. But I'd like to go somewhere else, so I'm scraping up whatever I can. But on the whole, you could say I'm a traveller, or a nomad. But don't say it too loud, the locals don't take kindly to them.
Why?
Because they're different, and it scares people. They travel from place to place and take their home with them.
I'd like to see what their homes look like.
You can go and see them, just don't stare too long.
Why exactly are you helping me?
Why? Why?
Because you look like you need it.
I've been in the ship plenty of times, and I know how appreciated a helping hand is in times like that.
What do you want to do in the city?
I'll find something. I'm not afraid of work. I'm not half-witted. Maybe someone could use a cook, or a servant.
Don't get your hopes up. The city can be a pretty dangerous place for a girl on her own.
You mean they don't hand out groschen by the bucketful? And the streets aren't full of roasted stuffed geese? I appreciate your concern, but I have to get to the city first. That's going to take me a long while yet.
Do you know anything more about Tomcat?
They say he's a master swordsman, but a real joker too. He loves showing off to girls.
How does he show off for the girls?
With his muscles. He breaks logs with his hands. He even let himself be run over by a loaded hay wagon. Crazy. But to be fair to him, he sometimes helps people. Stanislav's sheep fell into a pit one time.
And Tomcat pulled it out?
And, not just that, he crawled down to get it. And when he found the poor thing had a broken leg, he carried it on his back all the way home.
Where might I run into Tomcat?
In the camp by the tower. That is, by Rock Tower Pond. He watches the camp for the nomads.
Should I watch out for them?
No, I don't think so. They mind their own business, but strangers usually mean trouble for them, so they're careful. Try not to stare too hard and hold your tongue, otherwise Tomcat will show you some of his other skills.
Do you think Tomcat might teach me a few of his tricks?
No offence, but compared to him, you're a bit of a lightweight.
I don't want to pull wagons, But if he can handle a weapon, I'd be happy to train a little with him.
Well, one of the guards tried to take him on and came back whipped like a dog, moaning like he'd been broken in two.
Well, sure. If he's that strong, I'm not surprised.
More like some trick he's got that our watch doesn't know. Or at least that's what the poor man said.
I'm practically naked. Nobody's going to want to even talk to me like this.
At least you're not walking around bare-arsed. Although that might not be a sorry sight.
Ah, very funny. I'd rather you tell me where I might get some clothes.
And what do you have in mind? Brocade and satin, a monk's robe, or perhaps Sir Brunswick's armour?
I'd prefer something a little more ordinary. I'd like to blend in with the locals and not attract attention.
After what you did here with that friend of yours, even the deaf and blind would immediately recognise you. But between the two of us, it's easy enough to scrounge up a shirt and trousers if you know where to look.
Thanks, but I'd rather get my clothes honestly. I just got out of the pillory. I don't want to end up there again.
Well, I'm not pushing you, just giving you a few useful tips. What you do with them is up to you.
I have no money. I might as well beg on the village green like you.
The hell you will. This is my turf. Here you go. I'll skip supper. It's partly your doing anyway.
Wow. I mean, thank you. Seriously.
Yeah, don't start crying. You'd better find some work quick.
Damn. I could use a horse. It'll take years to get to Semin on foot.
Don't exaggerate. This province is small.
Still, it would be faster with a horse.
There's a stud farm in Semin, renowned far and wide.
And which way is Semin?
Southwest from here, not too far. There's a road goes right there from the green. Just go down the hill. Once you see the walled farmhouse, you're there. Though I'll be a queen before you can afford a horse from Semin.
Do you know where I might find accommodation?
Betty in the tavern lets people sleep in the hay. But you have to pay.
I'm not going near that tavern. I'd catch hell again. Got any other ideas?
If you find some work, maybe you'll get a place to sleep too.
My main concern is getting to that wedding in Semin. Do you know anything about that celebration?
Well, yeah. People are talking of nothing else. The Lord's son is getting married to the sister of that lout he was fighting with.
How much time do you think I have? Have the preparations already begun?
From what I hear, the bride's dress still ain't finished, and blacksmith Radovan still ain't started smithing the gift for the groom. So, no rush.
Hopefully by then I'll find a way to sneak in. Oh well, it was nice to meet you, but I should probably get going. Get a job, and so on.
Don't worry, you'll manage. Till we meet again.
What will it be?
Sure.
Why are you wasting my time if you don't want anything? Eh?
Good day.
Greetings to you too.
God bless.
That's a fine maypole.
I'll have a beer.
You're up early. What'll it be?
I'll have a look at your wares.
Thank you, and take care.
What would you like this fine morning?
What's new around here?
Vostatek. Lord von Beregov's huntsman is a regular here. He might have some work for you. He's got a cottage near Vidlak Pond. So if you know your way around the woods, you could go and offer him your help. I hope he hasn't started drinking somewhere else. He's my best customer. You could also stop by and see Old Mouth. He's the local storyteller. He could tell you all sorts of interesting things. But only if you bring him some liquor. Don't forget, I have some here to sell, if you want. I'm working on a little practical joke myself. We have this little dispute with the Gelievites. You might be interested. And that's all I'd say.
Sounds interesting. Thank you, innkeeper.
I'll be right with you.
You're having problems with the Gelievites?
Not just me, my friend. They're the biggest bastards around. They've been nothing but trouble for years. The winter before last, they piled snow in front of everyone's doors at night, so no one could get out of their house. And last year, they broke into my cellar and pissed in my beer barrel.
Gracious. I hope you got your aim back on them.
Not yet, no. But since you're here, I've got a plan you could help me out with. I'd pay you well. You can count on that.
I don't care about some village feud. I'd rather not get tangled up in this.
If you don't want to make some groschen, suit yourself. But if you change your mind, you know where to find me. What's that?
He's nothing but a bloody fraud. I wish you a pleasant morning.
People call you the Mouth, right? They say you tell all sorts of stories.
I'm no mouth to you. My name is Denyek. Got that? What do people call you then? Bughead? Arse face?
I'm sorry, Stenyak. I'm Henry.
Pleased to meet you. But you were right about the stories. I could tell you stories so sad they'd make the devil cry. Or would you prefer something so scary it'll make the hairs on your ass turn white? But it's a lot of hard work for me. Now, if you had something to drink or a couple of groschen, that might help loosen my tongue.
To your health, my friend.
Thank you very much. I knew you wouldn't leave me high and dry. So what kind of story would you like to hear?
I like stories that can teach me something. Stories with a moral.
Haven't you heard enough of those in church? But it's not a problem. I have just the tale for you. And it's not one you'll hear from any priest. So, once upon a time, there lived in these very lands 2 brothers. The older was called Kuba, the younger, Matthias. They were both woodcutters, like their father and his father before him. One day, at the height of summer, they were working in the woods. The air was as hot as a furnace, so Matthias went to a nearby pond to cool himself. But as he was leaning over the cold water, there was a loud splash. His axe had got loose from his belt. In haste, he began to search the muddy bed of the pond, and his hands soon touched something hard and heavy. He pulled it out and could not believe his eyes. He pulled out an axe. Yes, but not his old one. It was an axe made of pure silver.
Good God. I'd grab that without a second thought.
Maybe you would, but Matthias would never. He was an honest man, and with a big swing he threw the silver axe back. He searched the pond again, and this time he pulled out his own axe. Nothing but dull iron and old wood.
I reckon that was the right choice. Who knows who the silver axe belonged to?
Well, quite. Listen on. Matthias was just about to leave when suddenly a water goblin came out of the pond, silver axe in his hands, and he said, "You're a righteous man, Matthias, and for your honesty, you may keep both axes." Matthias, not hanging around for the goblin to change his mind, took up both axes, gave us thanks, and ran to tell Kuba all about it. Kuba, however, was not best pleased with his little brother's fortune. He deeply envied Matthias for his newfound wealth. So, he set out to try the same thing. He ran as fast as his legs could carry him straight to the pond, threw his own axe in, and began a pretend search for it. Yet Kuba had no luck. He pulled out the axe he'd thrown in himself. So he tried again. Tricked by sunlight, he grabbed something shiny, only to pull out his old iron axe again. Enraged, he hurled his axe back into the water and yelled, "Fuck this axe! I want a silver one." But the water goblin heard his shameful cry and was greatly upset by Kuba's greed. So, when Kuba reached down into the water for a third time, the water goblin seized his hand, pulled him down a hole to the dark depths, and drowned him.
Well, all was as it should have been. It was Kuba's fault.
I don't think so. It seems Matthias didn't either. He went to the water goblin and begged for his brother's body so he could take him home and bury him. But the path back from the pond led over a steep hill, and carrying the weight of the waterlogged body exhausted Matthias. He stopped to rest by an old oak tree, and he used a silver axe to cut off a branch that would serve as a walking stick. But it wasn't enough. Somehow, it was still getting harder to continue up the hill. Then Matthias realized it wasn't his brother's body that was weighing him down. It was the silver axe. The axe was the cause of all this trouble. So he started bashing the silver axe against a big stone with all his might, trying to destroy it. Yet no matter what, he couldn't even make a dent. With the last of his strength, Matthias climbed to the top of the hill. He knew he could go no further, so he found a pretty spot with a view over the valley and dug his brother a grave. There, he buried both his brother and the silver axe that had brought such pain upon them. His final act was to stick the oak branch in the ground by the grave. But lo and behold, the branch grew green leaves and became a tree. The locals have had no dealings with the water goblin since then, but some have had the bad luck to bump into him. And when you walk by the pier, where it all happened, you can still hear his chuckling.
That was a very nice story.
Story? What story? It's the truth.
Why hasn't anyone gone looking for the axe, then?
Because it brings misfortune. Didn't you listen to me at all? Look for yourself if you wish. Rock Tower Pond isn't far from here. The Water Goblin's Pier is somewhere among the reeds. But leave me out of it. I'm fine here with my drink. It was good to see you, my friend.
Never mind.
Greetings to you.
Why are you wasting my time if you don't want anything then, eh? What would you like?
I'm here, then. You said in the alehouse that you could do with a helping hand at the forge, didn't you?
I could. My last two hands, well, they're not worth mentioning. And what with the wedding coming up, the work is piling up. Ah, what's your name? Henry?
That's right.
You said something in the tavern about being a blacksmith's son, didn't you?
Aye, that's me. My father was a swordsmith, and not just any. He even forged swords for the nobility.
For the nobility, eh? Well, that kind of experience will come in very handy for me indeed. As it happens, I have to forge a wedding present for young Lord Semine. A fine sword.
So you'll take me on?
Hold your horses. I'll have to try you out first. You could forge me a hunting sword as a test, so I can see if you can make a straight blade. That shouldn't give you much trouble if your father was a swordsmith, should it?
Sure thing. I can get started right away.
Great. Find some iron and get started then.
Iron?
You can't make a sword out of butter, but if you don't have your own stuff, you can get everything from the chest in my forge. Go over to the anvil and let's get started. Furnace is cold now. Give it a practice try. Some things, like swords, are too long to fit in the fire. You have to heat it up bit by bit. Try poking it around for a bit. Now get the furnace nice and hot. There's a lever above it. Give it a pull. It works the bellows. be able to tell when it's in the fire. You have to take it out from time to time and take a look. Try it out. See? It's the color of straw, which is what you want. And you heated the whole thing up. Nicely done. Now you can go straight to the anvil. Try moving the sword along the anvil so you can get the hang of it. Now take the hammer and try hitting it a few times. See the sparks? That's the sign of a good strike. The more sparks, the better. Also, you can hammer with different degrees of power. A stronger hit will do more, but it'll tire you out faster. Try giving it a few blows, as hard as you can, so I can see how strong you are. That's got a nice ring to it. Of course, if it was all about hitting an anvil with a hammer, any dolt could do it. You've got to hammer the workpiece evenly. One hit next to the other. Very nice. You're doing just fine. But when I say evenly, I mean it. A sword has two sides, like a lot of other things, including myself. Turn it over and continue on the other side. Nice. Now try forging it on both sides. The closer it is to being finished, the more it will take on the shape you want. It'll cool off soon anyway. It's cooled now. You can't do it all in one go. You've got to put it back in the furnace from time to time. Sometimes you've got to go there and back all day. But it's all part of the craft. Now, get back to the forge and heat it all up again, like before. Heated up now, so come over to the anvil. See that? Besides the sparks, you can tell a good strike by the sound it makes. See how it's taking on the right shape? That's how you can tell it's almost finished. Now, I've got a piece of advice for you. Hammer to a rhythm. When I hammer a piece to a beat, the work goes by easy. Sometimes I'll whistle to myself to keep... There you go! You've got it finished! All that's left is to temper it, and the sword will be done. The rest is just tweaking. Right. Let's have a look. Very nice work. Your father taught you the trade well.
He'd certainly be happy to hear that.
If you carry on hammering as well as you did today, you've definitely got a job here. Even so, keep in mind, It's all about making sure every strike does its job. That's why you can't let it get cold, or keep striking the same spot. If you work evenly, each strike falling right next to the last one, you can't go wrong. Got that? Or is there something else you want to ask about?
How do I know a good strike from a bad one?
By the sparks that fly up. And by the ring. It rings out with a different sound when you do it right.
What's the right way to heat up the...
Do it till it turns the color of straw. Ideally, the color should be the same everywhere, if your forging's going to be even. The main thing is, don't work it cold. You just ruin it. But don't overheat it either. As soon as sparks start to fly off it in the furnace, take it out.
Why should I forge evenly?
If you keep hammering the same spot, you'll never finish it. But jumping from one end to the other ain't a good idea neither. You'd end up working unevenly. The best thing to do is aim each strike next to the one.
What good does it do me to whip?
It makes you work to a rhythm. You won't get tired so quickly, and the iron feels it.
How will I know it's finished?
Notice the shape. The closer you are to finishing, the more precise the shape it will.
Thanks.
You can sleep in the chamber by the woodshed. And there's a chest where you can keep your things. And of course, you can use the forge anytime you want. Any questions?
Where can I get materials?
You can buy some essentials from me. But if you want to make a fancy sword with lots of ornamentation, you'll have to look elsewhere. This is just a village, you know. The locals ain't after luxury. And they can't afford it neither.
What can I do with the items I've forged?
Well, you can sell them. Though you probably won't have much luck around here. But I'll happily buy some of the nicer things from you.
Where exactly is my bed?
At the side of the house. There are 2 doors and a wheelbarrow between them. You go in by the rear door, next to the woodshed. And you can put your things in the chest there. Don't worry, nobody'll steal them.
What now?
What do you think? You're not going to be idle. I'll find you some work to do right away. You're pretty good at swords, but what the locals really need is axes and horseshoes. Right, here are some simple drawings that show what they're both supposed to look like. And some iron. You can get down to it right away.
Just like that? You aren't going to help me?
Sacre, lad. I chose you because you already know a thing or two. I'm not going to look over your shoulder all bloody day. You take care of these smaller jobs. Forge away as long as you're able, and then sell it all. Once you've made some coin and feel like being out in the open again, I'll give you some more interesting work.